let's move on to the next one. Why don't we analyse this one a little bit then? Because as it stands, Jxmkt obviously is flying high. He's in the hot seat. He's got 6 points from 6 thus far and actually smashing his way into that final round there with 5 goals already. Although he has conceded a fair amount as well too. The same with Mendonça. He is scoring a fair amount, but he is also conceding. So you can see a little bit of obviously where the strengths lie in that they go forwards, they take risks, they're able to convert, but at the same time they seem to be leaving themselves a bit exposed at the back end.
Look at that. I think at this point, if I see a clearly favorite at this competition between among console and mobile, I think it's Chonata, because I think in terms of tactics, in terms of gameplay, he has shown up way more consistency in how to play with which tactic, and I haven't seen somehow a player that can face that kind of superiority he's making with that 5 centre-back formation, unless someone has a plan B that can stop this formation for Chonata. On mobile, we saw a great identified by Eduardinho, but potentially a final between Mestre and Eduardinho. I think Eduardinho will not love to see him in the final, and why not? I see Eduardinho preferring Kimobi or why not Sliman again in the final. So it's true, these two are qualified, Harry, Semra, but now into the last match, the result will decide as well who will jump into the final against them. So somehow they are the decisors in terms of who's gonna want to face in the potential final. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to it then. We are now ready to go. So let's go ahead and give it up for Jxmkt and Mendonça.
5 awaits us, and it is Jxmkt, or Jxmkt if you will, against Mendonça, the Thai representative. Our Eastern Asia winner is already in the grand final.
Yep.
And there's one player I would not like to be in the position of, and it's Mendonça. And that's absolutely no disrespect, but when you're going up against Chonata, who is very, very strong, knowing that you need to avoid defeat, it's very, very difficult to approach that kind of match, because if you play in a somewhat negative style,
for sure,
it can open you up to those big defeats, and then you're chasing a game, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh no, what's happening in the other game? Your mind is elsewhere.
Now you need to focus on your own.
And you need to focus on your own game. So Mendonça has a very big mental challenge here. Not only is he going up against a strong opponent, but also he needs to mind his P's and Q's, because he's not mathematically qualified yet.
No, it's not. Let's be clear, no, all the competitors were watching the rest of the games of the group, and if you have to pick someone to play in the last round before the final, you won't be picking Chonata, no, especially because that superiority he has approached for the fullbacks, for the center midfielder and the AMF join the attack so easily, and as well because he's the only one experiencing this kind of competition, and he's solid, he's confident. I want to mention those funny topics off topic, let's say. It's like, I love the way they say vamos Coop, which is like vamos bro, let's go hermano, and in Brazil, no, those two vamos irmão, no, those differences that we all use the same words to motivate yourself during the competition, no. It's like we saw in previous competition, previous finals, that we are hearing vamos, no, that is my thing, no, and then it's lovely to see those topics when we are about to start this match 5. Chonata as well with the center forward player of the week, Jamal Musiala, the MVP on mobile that we haven't seen, for example, in console, and obviously Harry Kane there as well. So Harry, the differences between mobile, console, the meta is slightly different, so those cards could be switch a little bit between platforms. So here we go.
It's fascinating, really is fascinating to see exactly which way the cards kind of complement each platform's play style. It's why we love the eFootball Championship 2025. We're here at the FC Bayern München club event. We're about to see more mobile action. It is Jxmkt of Thailand against Mendonça of Brazil. What a game we have ahead of us here in match number 5. And it's Mendonça with the red cursor on the ball right now in that changed Bayern strip, defending the goal that is under siege at this moment in time as Harry Kane tries to turn for Chonata in the home strip. All red for him. Kingsley Coman here. Near side for the Brazilian. Of course, 34 years old. Well known in the Brazilian sea. Had a world champion.
Look at that run.
Lacasa and Lamti and Rentao in his region to get to this stage.
We approach to say hello to all those big names in the eFootball mobile scene that surely they are watching today us at the FC Bayern finals.
We always love at our live events to talk to our friends from South America and all over the world.
Oh, well,
Harry Kane scores for
Brazil!
It is Mendonça who scores first. And what a way to open up this match. A game where you simply need to avoid defeat. You storm into a lead against the current group leader.
Chonata crawled in, block and fix that space left for Harry Kane, and Mendonça, the first one into the net. Perfect for him, perfect for his chances, because it's what he really needs to be into the grand final. Great job, the Brazilian leading after that great through ball from Kingsley Coman. Chonata wasn't able to switch cursor and predict and clear that ball.
That first time strike again, Alex, isn't it? So vital.
If you let him shot, you know there's no chances, especially on mobile. Musiala. Now the response for Chonata. Look at that, finish dribbling, lovely. We haven't seen already today on mobile, either on console, and I consider it's a really smart resource tool on eFootball actually.
So Chonata, the favourite entering today, already booking his place in the grand final. So far, trails to his next nearest opponent. Mendonça, what a result for him. We thought maybe he would have eyes looking behind him over his shoulder in this group, but so far he's been well and truly focused on the task, exactly what we were asking of him. Now Chonata again with that finish, dribbling. Jxmkt far side. Here is Musiala with that purple power bar queued up. He's on the ball here again, double touch inside! And that's lovely!
This is Chonata Hall of Fame, and especially with Musiala. He's controlling inside the box, he just needs to be calm, double touch, finish, and the rest is a story. 1-1, Chonata, great reaction, back on track.
That's a complete goal, because even 10 seconds before this, we had Musiala finish dribbling about 40 yards from goal, just waiting for the space, found Jxmkt far side, and then was able to rejoin the attack, play that not quite 1-2, but received the pass back from Kane.
Yeah.
And the rest is finished. 1-1.
It's so difficult to defend from that position when Chonata controlled the ball inside the box. But well, 1-1 still. That is still not that bad from Mendonça. That's to remind that this score at the moment is still positive for him. But we'll see. Still a lot of time to be playing into this match.
10 minutes until half-time. And there's, of course, the subplot as well. That these two could well end up facing each other in the final again later on. So you almost want to deal a mental blow to the opposition. Maybe gain that mental advantage before anything has even happened in that grand final. Olise was the intended target there. Kim stepping up. He's come a long way from his own defensive ranks. He's done well though.
Kim Jae with a stunning long ball, connecting quickly with Musiala. Great situation. It will be 1v1. Harry Kane is Manuel Neuer. That was critical moment for Chonata Mendonça, and this time Neuer on the right position, Harry, not as we saw on console.
No, that's the benefit of having an offensive goalkeeper. He can make important tackles like that. But you're right, there is the half-time whistle. It's 1-1.
Leroy Sané now in for Mendonça as a second striker. No subs from Chonata. Just to remind the people that are not that are new, let's say, on mobile games. The games are shorter, from 10 minutes on console to 6 on mobile, and that means that maybe the halftime is a right timing to make some substitution, especially less to do 2-3 substitution, leaving the last one for around the 60-70 minutes when it's normally happening those ones. Let's see, it's time to react on those two, because I'm seeing Chonata with the aim to win this last match, even if he's qualified.
I think so. If we know Chonata as we do, he would love to go undefeated at this club event finals. A feat, of course, that at the top of the show we were discussing, has it been done so far this season?
Chonata, that during this season has been that close to qualify to club events before, losing semi-finals, even finals. But at the end of the day, we say many times, if you qualify through America, so Asia, doesn't mind if mobile and console, that say a lot from you. No, the level is really high. It's so intense, the qualifying system. And I will say thank you to everyone involved in those qualifications to make the best experience for the players and to make possible this competition, which is what we love the most. And with that memorable moment that will be at the end of the year, the World Finals, we want to have the best from the best and enjoying eFootball at his maximum, Harry.
Could not agree more. I can't wait for those World Finals. It will be a real cooking pot, if you will, of just all the different styles, the best players from around the world. Speaking of some of the best players, Chonata comes from that region. Just looking at the players in his regional round 4, there have been some beasts in there. The likes of Goo Games, who of course won our Manchester United club event at Old Trafford. Some big names, Onik Dennis, of course, DK from Korea, P14, Soshun, so many strong players emerging from that region. And now, here comes Mendonça.
Mendonça having a really passive way of defend. He don't want to run out of position with any of his players, and that's making a tough time for Chonata to go through. When it's not Mendonça having a spot to maybe shot from Kane, another mistake from Chonata. 1-1, time is running, and probably we're seeing the worst part of the game so far between these two, with no control, no action so far.
It's a little bit scrappy for now. 15 minutes until the 90th. And Goretzka's looking for that run towards Elise. Harry Kane is wide.
Yeah, this action reminds me one from Mestre. At first time shot, a guy as Harry Kane big time shot who'd score it. And once again, quite far from the net. That first time shot, Kane, Mendonça having a great one. Substitution time, maybe the last ones, maybe 1-2 extra substitution on either of the sides. We see now Mendonça with the almost empty stamina for Rafael Guerreiro. Now Alphonso Davies from the back. That's a winger for Chonata. Similar action. The 4-4-2 on either of the sides. It's great to have that plan B for Chonata. Maybe want to try in case a similar situation for the final, in case you want to hide something, no? Because at this level potentially you are facing an opponent that you will have maybe to face in the final. So why to keep playing with 5 center back, making him used to your formation instead of make something else to maybe confuse him a little bit. We will see, you know, at the finals which formation he finally picks to play with. This mindset I always lovely to analyze, Harry, because we are sometimes start to be so passionate to paranoid in terms to confuse your opponent, but it's a key at this level of competition for sure.
It's very key. And interestingly enough, we saw 3 substitutes all coming down the left side. I believe it was from Mendonça. So no doubt we'll be looking to that side. 10 minutes to go. And Mendonça, this result would be good enough to see him rematch against Chonata in the mobile final later on.
Chonata maybe overthinking a little bit more, and yeah, Mendonça going high with the counter, connecting with Harry Kane this time. Chonata fast enough with the cursor, catching the ball with Upamecano and quickly going forward, approaching a guy as Alphonso Davies.
Sends his man the wrong way as well. Still has 2 for company here near side.
Chonata with Davies.
Draining the clock down, waiting for that last chance of the match. I think the referee will have seen enough here. If Harry Kane gets his boot on the ball, well, we might see one last attack here. Serge Gnabry inside here for Mendonça. And there is no time for any more action. The match will end 1 goal apiece, and Chonata and Mendonça have done enough to rematch in our final later on. Here are your stats, Alex. It was a very close game, and the final later on will be even closer, I assume.
Yeah, I feel like second half wasn't that real in terms of intensity. Wasn't like both sides were happy with the result enough, and we were saying, Harry, once and again, no one reached 9 points, 3 on 3 victories in these club events, and Chonata was close to, but after that great start from Mendonça, here we see replay of that great goal with the left foot of Harry Kane, first time shot, and later on response from Chonata, and then nothing else more.
To the final before he even goes into this match. Do you think that on some level there was a little bit of relaxation, complacency, I don't know if that's the right word, but maybe taking his foot off the gas a little bit so that he can kind of, in one sense, keep one eye on what's to come later on in the final?
You almost want to.
I only ask considering it was a bit of a grunge match for most of it.
You almost want to pull your punches a little bit, I think. Maybe don't show your entire hand, don't show your entire tactics, if you will, knowing you're going to have to play an entire final against this player later on if things stay the way they are. You don't want to show every single backup plan and plan B, C, all the way through Z. So I think there is an element of that, definitely, but I'm just looking forward to our final later on.
It sounds more like strategy, though, is what you're saying. It sounds more like he was just trying to keep his cards close to his chest more than anything else.
I felt like Chonata is comfortable with his 5 centre back in front of Mendonça, and somehow he saw the things coming and said, all right, maybe it's time to hide my cards, as Harry said. And but well, we'll see. At the end of the day, it's a final, best of one. Everything could be possible. Maybe not push enough and take the win, force Mendonça to be out of the competition. Let's see if later on that decision maybe wasn't the best one. I don't know.
Well, nonetheless, there can't be a draw, obviously, in the final, so one of those two do have to walk away with that trophy underneath their arm here, and obviously that ticket booked to Japan.